with her because now she's got concern about her chickens. We have to about the chickens, and we have to just take the bear stuff, and they got all these other people asking stuff. Well, if she's going to bring her chickens, I want to bring some of my prize cows with me. I've got a good milking cow, and now they're starting to talk about bringing livestock with them now, as he's trying to just. Your lives could all be in danger, and you're worrying about a prize milking cow. So, seeing you guys approach, he's hoping it's...
We need these cows after the apocalypse. What the fuck else are we going to do?
Apocalypse? What? What are you talking about?
The apocalypse is coming. Hoard the food. Like, that's smart. That lady's smart.
The only way, though, that would properly work is those need to be battle cows.
Battle cows? Oh my god. The Great Pumpkin Night of the Battle Cows. That is a story in the making. Right there. Alrighty.
Oh my god.
So, that being said, Ciala, who are you approaching, and what are you saying?
I'm approaching Franklin, and I'm rolling for charisma, and
actually,
I'm gonna
you've actually, for your character, you have a mega skill. You have
I know
persuasion.
I have that skill too. Yes.
If you take a look at your skill persuasion, you'll notice there's a little die icon next to the +7. You can click on that and make me a roll. Now hold on, before you do so, you've already built up an amazing rapport with this person. So I'm going to have you make a persuasion with advantage.
Can I do my friend spell too?
No need for the friend spell. You're already there. You're already there with that guy.
I want to be so OP. I'm not taking any chances on the OPness. This is important. People will die if I fuck this up.
Well, you also have your little star, which can give you a reroll as well. Okay. But first off, before you do that dice roll, on the lower left of your screen, you have got little leather stickers. One says ADV. Do you see it?
Yes.
Click on that so it lights up.
Okay.
And after it's clicked on to light up, then click on the little dice to roll your persuasion.
Okay.
And what it's going to do is it's going to roll for advantage. It's going to roll 2 die 20, and it'll take the highest number out of the two of them. You rolled a 6 and a 17 for the record. So you've broken over 20, so he's at your beck and call. What are you telling him needs to be done?
I own this, man. Well, first of all, I need some coffee. Second of all,
he has no Deluian merchant. Wait, there is a Deluian merchant here. He might have coffee for you. He starts to disappear to get you coffee, as you're supposed to tell him something more important.
We're walking with him to get coffee, okay?
Okay, no problem.
I like to talk over coffee.
No problem. So as he's walking towards the Deluian merchant, which is a big, jovial, dark-skinned man that's got lots of rings and jewelry that had come up with that caravan. Oh, thank you. There we go. We got now my entire episode has to be bleeped out because of that advertising. Italian roast coffee, just
now sponsored by Starbucks.
Ding!
So I got my coffee.
In writing now. Okay.
I don't think I need to say much. I think I just need to tell him what we're doing, and he's gonna do it. We're going to this fort of Makeout Corner, and we're gonna evacuate there. And here's why: because there is some Danish stuff there that is gonna take us out of here, and we're just going there. This is our only chance.
Out of here.
Okay, at this point he's a little confused, but at that point you also notice that Samuel's a long way, and he adds to it saying that yes, he had a vision from Sienna. There's an old druid circle that he's going to be able to activate to hopefully get the people to safety. And he kind of fiddles the eggcorn in his hand a little bit more. We just need to get the people over the river. And at that
Worst case scenarios, we have a big party while we die.
And at that point, you just see him kind of pause. He starts bucking at the orders. He looks to the captain. He tells the captain that he's going to have to take off all the supplies he's just freshly loaded onto that boat to try and make room to fill this boat as much as we can.
I look at him and I say, "Suck it up, big boy," and he sucks it up.
At that point, you see the captain. At this point, you see the mayor. He's raising his finger for a conversation, and at this point, the Deluian merchant just kind of pauses. I'm sorry, I actually have no coffee beans with me.
Oh,
so it's a tough moment.
No!
It's the end of the world for sure. There's no coffee beans here. All right. Meanwhile, we cut to your father, Wu, who's got that little bag of coffee beans, and he tried to grow coffee beans, and they just didn't
Wu, you
grow
better
in this
bring that coffee
environment.
over here.
So he's still got a whole bag about... How old are you? That's probably how old these coffee beans are. So unless you like really
Well-
aged beans...
Are they
Yeah,
as
and
old
the-
as me or as old as Wu?
Oh, well, no, they're old as Wu is, because his father came up and he probably
Still,
had these beans.
yeah.
So they're like 15 years. That's cool. 15's good. You got this.
Yeah, at one point it just becomes coffee. That's all it is. All right. So he's
Well,
trying to
maybe not-
organize this. You guys know how much fun it was just to try and organize people onto wagons. Now he's telling the ship and everyone around to help unload this boat and then fill themselves into this boat. And at this point, you see a horse come running in. The horse has got a whole bunch of lathered sweat on it. It is not a nice riding horse. It was one of the work horses around the farm. You recognize it, and you
Does it have any-
see
Is it tacked out?
basically the horse has got nothing really on it. The rider has literally gotten rid of the gear on it just to get back fast. It did have a saddle on it earlier and all that stuff. And you see one of this town guard, he comes running back. He's like, the horse comes in, the horse kind of staggers around a bit. Samuel instinctively just goes to the horse to try and calm it and look after the animal. As the rider falls off, it's not Brynjar. It was a small scout that was sent out by Gustav on a horse just to try and find out. And the scout's coming back, and he's just frantic, and he's going, the din are coming. The din. And at that point, Gustav's just asking, whoa, how many? Do we got a skirmish? All of them. What? All of them. That's all he can say. In his mind's eye, all he panics out, and
All
what was
of them is not a number.
he basically said he could see horses that spanned the horizon. And at that point, Gustav's face of scars and everything like that, it just sags a little bit more. And he tries not to show any type of emotion from hearing that. He tells the person to get back, to basically, he's in no condition to fight. So he gets him to go back and overview this going. He wants an estimate, and he says that they're probably going to be here in about a couple of hours.
Ooh,
If they
don't
maintain
have
their
to wait
current
long,
speed.
then.
We fucked!
So at that point, Gustav realizes he's looking at all these people haphazardly trying to get into the boat. They're not even on the boat yet. They're unloading the boat to make room for all the people to come.
A good way to say.
And even at this point, Gustav says, even if we get the people on the boat and across the river in 2 hours' time, you guys have brought forth evidence that they could probably cross the river using ice. So we have to try and figure some way to buy time, making them think there's still people in the village, to allow because
Blood and
we might be
lives.
able to. Basically, Gustav is already volunteering to stay behind to try and organize some sort of mock defense for the warehouse. He figures, if tactically speaking, in this town, the warehouse would be a strategic spot to hold people. It's one of the toughest buildings, and if we make it look like there's a lot of villagers in the warehouse, it will buy time tactically for them to not only cross the river, but to also start making it towards Fort Lint. Because from what he hears, even if they cross the river, the entire horses could probably come right if they just ride through this town, they'll just keep riding across the river, and that won't be enough time for anyone. So he's already trying to organize a suicide squad, in his way of speaking, as he's trying to get this together, because he has no other ideas of how he could possibly delay them.
So you plan on throwing a rock into the river in order to dam up the river of what's coming at us.
If they
Horses
basically...
to span the horizon, and you're going to put one building in front of that and effectively plan on stopping the entire force. They'll just flow around it.
He tells you that they're coming for the village, right? If they're not
Yeah, I'm
aware
sorry. If the
people
entire Din army is on its way, like
not gonna
damming the
stop
river,
one-
no.
No,
One
we're not
building.
damming the river. It's a metaphor he's kind of putting together. Gustav is just looking. If they come to an empty village, it's not going to take them too long to look across the river or try to find where everyone's gone. If they don't realize the village is not empty, that will at least delay them buying some time before they start looking in other directions. That's what
Okay,
he's saying.
hold on though. Let's be real.
Traps.
We leave 10 or 20 people behind. The entire fucking Din army slaughters them in less than 30 seconds, and then they find us anyway.
That was my point. Yeah.
At that point,
I don't
Gustav
know.
says it'll take more than
We
10
need
or
a better
20
plan.
seconds for him. And if we've got a defensive position, it will give us some advantage. But we need some sort of distraction, or else they're just going to run right through this town anyways.
We give them
If
something
they're-
worth fighting.
I think we
Oh,
should
he might be
leave
that
some-
good, but he doesn't
some
think
brave
he's that
soldiers
good.
behind, to slow him a little.
Ilva, did your mother make chains?
I mean, I'm sure she's a blacksmith.
In
You
2
got
hours.
really good quality chains? Any laying around?
Wait, hold on a sec. What did we do about the wife in the basement kind of thing?
I think two minds have similar ideas.
The only thing holding that coffin closed was chains.
Yeah.
If we can drag that thing out with chains, staying out of its influence of death, and put it in the way of the oncoming army,
This is
maybe that will
ballsy.
slow them down.
True. That would.
Like I said,
I'm
booby traps.
I'm on
Just-
board with this
it's
plan.
physical
However dangerous it is.
as well.
Let's do it.
I
The
feel
trap
like it
just
would
happens
potentially be
contained.
more effective as well.
Gustav just pauses, crosses his arms. Fine, he doesn't get to die this time. And it does
There's
sound like a
still
more
chance.
feasible
That
idea.
bitch be crazy in there.
Once she's out, we got no guarantee where she's gonna do.
Are we letting her out, or are we just dragging because she has that radius of?
And you
Right.
guys didn't figure out if it
We're
was
not
the
gonna
item
open
she's
it,
in
are
that had the radius of death, or if it's her herself that creates that radius of death. So you're not too sure
We'll
yet
find
either.
out when we drag those chains and it starts killing everything as we're dragging it along. Like, it's pretty obvious.
Hey,
No, you'll be
it's pretty
dragging the
cleared.
box, so you still won't know.
Yeah, we might need the area cleared a little bit.
Samuel,
to
by the
back
way, is with the people trying to organize, and he's actually doing some preachy type stuff, bringing back the morale and all that stuff for the people over there. So he doesn't know about this idea to use his dead wife as.
Oh no, he's not going to allow it, so he can't do that.
Hey, he doesn't get in say in it. It's our form of Jack in the Box for the Dins.
Okay,
I mean,
I want you to
let's
roll
be
a
real,
die.
At a certain point, like when the masses are in the winning side of this, you just have to bite the bullet, brah. We're using it. Shit's happening. Get over it.
All right, Ty, I'm going to give you the chance of fate. Roll any die. Odd, your mom was actually working on some iron chains to sell in town south. Even, she doesn't have iron chains. So whatever die you want to roll, just roll it in the little chat window part. And if it's even, your mother actually...
Guys, what die do you want me to roll?
Your call. Flip a
ask her
coin.
chat. Ask her chat. There we go.
All right, hold on.
Flip a coin.
I'm going to get some
Are we
water.
going two-sided dice now?
There actually is.
Yes and
You can
no.
actually- Yeah, you can actually pull off two-sided dice, I think.
Yeah. 50-50.
And also at this quick time, Retro Gamer Guy, I will look into that. I did not know that there was a pen and paper RPG based on The Witcher, which sounds interesting actually. I collect, if you can see the gaming books all behind me here, I collect
Even.
a lot of gaming books.
Even.
I thought those were all
Even!
books.
So your mom does not, I don't know if you're still muted by the way, your mom does not have any iron chain
God
available,
damn it.
unfortunately. Because it's not that
That's
common of a
okay.
thing. She might do it sometimes to sell because it's good money, right? But your mom does not have any iron chain. There are ropes and stuff like that, but they're probably going to dissolve and eat away.
No? Any farmers have it?
Can we field test how long it takes? Let it rotate